Hey, hey, hey. Good evening, everyone. How's it going? Here we are, as promised. I know, I think we said 8 o'clock last night, but we meant 7 o'clock. We're at the Creeper Gallery, live. And yeah, New Hope is still kind of crowded, believe it or not. A lot of cars, a lot of people coming to the restaurants down here. I don't see, there we go. Waiting for my first Facebook person. I wasn't sure we were connected. Okay, live from the Creeper Gallery, located at 129 South Main Street, New Hope, Pennsylvania. For those of you who don't know, the Creeper Gallery is owned by Donna Marion, who creates a lot of the artwork that you see around, that I'm panning around. A lot of this stuff Donna has created. Some of the stuff she brought in. But this is the entire kind of front of the building. When you come in, this is what you see when you come in the door. You see all Donna's creations. And it's very, very cool. Again, I recommend if it even wintertime or whatever, if you can get here, come check it out for sure. I mean, it's definitely worth the trip. The artwork alone is worth the trip. The Red Room is really just the bonus with the haunted objects. Yes, it is very, very cold. Very cold. And we're kind of looking at the weather, see what it's going to be like when we leave here. We don't know what's going to happen. And then we have Mrs. Excitement herself.
Woo, woo.
There she is. I don't know what the heck why do I bother? We have that guy down there who's just as excited. So we're going to investigate two objects tonight. I'm going to show you a little bit more of the Creeper Gallery. Again, there's the entrance where you come in. We're not going to show you that stuff over there because it's adult stuff. You come around this way. There's more of Donna's creations. And there's the Wall of Fame. I mean, I don't know if we know anybody on the Wall of Fame. I mean, I don't know if anybody recognizes anybody on, I don't know. More Donna Marion creations. These are, you said, the tree toppers.
Tree toppers. Yep.
For the holidays.
Here, I'm going to shut this light off as you go.
I know it's weird seeing a little puppy here. We come down this way, more artwork, more things that she has collected and brought into the Creeper Gallery. Yeah, I know. I heard it's supposed to snow soon too, but not till like 2 o'clock in the morning. And again,
we command it.
Yeah, we command it is right.
This all leads us to the Red Room. And if you haven't been here, this is kind of the entrance to the Red Room. Kind of ends from like the gallery part with all our artwork, and then it goes right. You know you're heading to the Red Room when you see the wall of crosses. That should kind of tip you off. And then there's my favorite, one of my favorites, the mannequin who's wearing a Christmas hat. Now I just noticed that.
Notice that there's some crosses that are gone.
She's wearing a Christmas hat. There she is, and she's got her own little thing down there, a little plaque, which is really cool.
So do we have less protection if more crosses are gone?
You tell me.
There's 2 crosses gone. They're right here. I look at this wall a lot.
So I'm going to tell you guys a story before we start. This is the Red Room. This is where all the haunted. This is the deemed dangerous area, where the things that Donna won't sell are in this area here, and we've investigated most, if not all of them. And then you have the rest of the Red Room, which has all the haunted objects that we come and investigate as often as we can. All right. I kind of got to the point where I could tell you the story now. So that doll right there, that guy with the couch and the book, we're at the expo. For any of you who went to the expo, we had a haunted object exhibit. Donna was there along with John Zaffis, along with Cody and Satori. That book disappeared. And We didn't know if it was knocked off the table or if someone had walked off with it. We didn't know what happened. We just knew it was gone. So fast forward up to this past Sunday. Now the expo was November 2nd and 3rd. So a month later, that book supposedly just appeared in the case. So I don't know what to make of that. But it's back. So here's our setup. We have some new gadgets that we're going to be working with tonight. There's a new REM pod there. That thing right there is sort of a static Ouija board type of thing that we're trying out. Just something I purchased for the heck of it to see if it does anything. We have to kind of makeshift things because we forgot our recorders. So we're going to be figuring that stuff out. We're going to try a lot of ITC stuff with Echovox, Spiritbox, a lot of EVP stuff, not doing it the normal EVP way, but you guys remember these guys, right? And Chris is going to start with object number 1.
All right. First, I am going to say for everybody that's watching, these objects are a sensitive issue. So we're going to investigate them, but they're no way meant to cause any harm or cause any insult or injury to anyone doing these. We want you to be aware it is a sensitive subject, but they are haunted. They were given to us to investigate. And I'm just going to say, please be mindful. If this is upsetting to you, understand we're just doing our due diligence, but we were asked to investigate these. These make us uncomfortable. But again, when it comes to stories being told, sometimes they come from unpleasant places as well. So this is unpleasant. And I just want you guys to know. Just want you guys to know that that's what we're going to start off with first. So if this is something that you're sensitive to and it bothers you, you may not want to watch this or you may not want to participate in this.
So tell what the objects are and then let them decide for themselves first.
The objects are slave bracelets. Okay. And I'm going to read the card to you, what was attached to them. And we're going to be really, really respectful of this, but we're going to try to find out. That's all we know. I'm going to read you what we know.
0.
So these are haunted, antique, slave trade bracelets used for currency. These hold the spirits of many people who wore them. Very strong attachment. So that's all we know. So again, if this is something that you find offensive or something you can't handle, then please don't watch. But again, some of the things that we have to investigate come from places that are really hard to deal with. And this is history, unfortunately. So we're going to try it. And again, we're going to be very respectful about it.
So one of the mediums that Donnie uses, Michelle Wire, was saying that these were kind of generational, that these were worn by multiple people over a long period of time.
Currency being passed on from the next to the next and the next.
So, we have no idea what we're going to get or who we're going to get or if we're going to get anything. So again, that was our disclaimer. So if that makes you uncomfortable or
because we've had a hard time.
We've been putting off investigating these for a while. So we decided Chris was probably the best because she's the most compassionate and delicate of the two of us. So
not necessarily true, but
so again, we're just going to try to interact and see if anybody's there and if they have any messages. So you can see the Ouija board thing spinning. It's going to spin as long as Chris is near them.
I want you guys to see them. They are extremely heavy. They're very heavy. Can you see those well?
Yeah.
They have designs on them. And the markings, I don't know what the markings mean, but yeah, but they're for small hands.
We don't know who they belong to. According to, again, we read you the information that we got. And that's really the only information that we have. You're lighting it up super bright. You can't
I
even
know.
see
I
that.
was trying to see if I could find any markings or anything, but there really is nothing on the inside.
That was the only information we have. No names.
No.
And again, the medium's impression is that multiple people
Very heavy.
have warned them that
Very
were slaves.
Demon.
That's a strange start.
Well, I'm sure the people that used these or had these felt that those were. So, all right, so I'm setting it off. I'm going to start over here. I don't know who's attached to these. I don't know. Yes. It agreed with what I said to John about this, that they might have thought
So it's way too bright.
whoever the people's, God, how do I say that? Because again, I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to. How would you say someone who possessed somebody through ownership without saying, I don't want to keep using the negative.
I mean,
terms.
we're assuming that they're African Americans, and not. That's sort of
Well,
what
these were a tribal thing. Like these were like a ritual thing, and then it became a slave trading bracelet, known as a slave because it was traded
belonging to African Americans.
It was
Okay.
a ritual things that they would do for themselves. That they
No,
would
because people
wear.
are asking, could
And
they have
then
been
it
slaves
became-
from anywhere else outside?
No, it's ritual. It started out as ritual bracelets and
Hey,
what they
Gina.
would wear for themselves, and then later on, as it
Yeah,
evolved,
cap all
into,
light in there.
it became yes, yes, it's agreeing because it even said yes when it said demon. I think it was referring to those who owned them.
Yeah.
So the ownership.
Again, I'm really, Yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
We're not-
I'm really.
Yes. Again.
They were from Nigeria. That's what Donna says.
Okay, so we're going to be very careful. I'm going to explain. You've got down the yes and the no eggs, but the are there 4 of you that are attached to this? Is this what you're trying to tell me, that there are 4 of you? Could you light something up if that's the case? Because very quickly, I'm going to set this off, guys, because I'm going to go near it.
Does the button to shut it off on the bottom? Turn it over, shut it off, and then
And then
explain everything
I would
else.
prefer
Yeah,
that.
and then it's going to cycle through all the numbers and letters so that
So where's the,
you'll feel the button. There's only one
Okay.
button.
So that's off. So real quick, to whoever is attached to these bracelets, I'm going to talk to you with a lot of respect and regard, and just trying to get information. We mean no offense whatsoever. We don't believe in what happened to you. We're against it 100%. It's not the human compassionate thing. We believe that all people are equal, no matter what. So I'm going to just describe and explain to you what all of the stuff around you does, so that you can use it to communicate with us. Okay.
So this is the year 2024. There is no slavery in the United States. Again, we don't believe in what was done to you, or any of you that were brought here, and we come in complete respect. And again, we're sincere. We're not trying to disrespect you. We're just trying to connect with you. And if you want to tell your story or share anything, that's all we ask. And if you don't want to, that's okay as well.
Whatever you want to share, what we're open for. So I'm going to explain what things do. Okay. So I think you already got the gist of, if you touch this egg, blue egg, it's yes. If you touch the pink egg, it's no. You can touch the bell and it'll ring. And you saw this that went off with my stat. If you just run your hand across this, it just lights up pretty colors. This one here is unique. It just makes noise and lights up to let me know that you're there. That's as
That's
simple
the
as
new
that.
REM pod.
And then right behind here is another one that if you don't want to be near me, you can touch it. And the same thing with the bell back there. You can hit that sensor. And of course, you already know about these little guys up here. You just touch them.
And the purple pretty lights that are above just change colors if you're near them. Nothing there will hurt you, we promise.
And as I go through the night, if I'm using something new, I will explain it to you, okay? And describe what it does. So this right here.
Well, that's going to cycle. You're going to get 3 or 4 letters and words right off the bat.
Recycle real quick. But
You're going to get an N, Oh,
Waiting.
oh, really? Okay, I didn't get that
Maybe.
last time.
So explain this to the spirit, John, because you know it better than I do.
Well, that's difficult to explain. They didn't have spirit boards, I'm sure, back then. But to the people watching, this is a spirit board that I could show it to you a little bit after. It runs by static electricity. There's two light bulbs on either side that will react, that will gather the static, and the device will react to it and stop on a letter or yes, no, maybe. So that's the way it works. The way it works is that if it um, stops on a letter or two, and it will up the calibration so that the next time it stops on a letter or a word, it has to be a higher static or magnetic
So it takes more.
signature, yeah, to set it off.
Okay. So it has to try harder.
Well, it's just, again, it keeps adjusting to show it's not a false positive.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Okay.
The lights are going off. The cat ball's going off.
We're here. What is it that you're okay, we get it. You're here. So if there is more than one attached to these bracelets, could you please ring that bell for me again? Do you understand what I'm asking when I'm saying that? I'm asking if there's more than one of you. Oh, okay. There's more. Do you see this in the back? So there's more than one of you. Thank you. By the way, my name is Chris. This is John, who's over here. Our goal tonight is just strictly to get to know you and to let you know that if you want to talk to us or communicate with us, you can through all these different methods. You can tell us whatever you want. We can't see or hear you, so we try these different light ups and noisemakers just to see if you can hear and respond to us directly. So again, I showed you how the different things work that are near you. You seem to understand and get that. So I'm going to ask you, if you wore these bracelets, could you light something up on that table for me? Anything at all? Did a family member wear these? Could have been your children, your husband, your grandparents, your parents, uncles, aunts, anyone in the family, or people that you just knew. Now I'm going to ask something unusual and a little bit different. I'm going to ask, is there anyone here that was part of the slave trade that was responsible for the slave trade? Are you connected to these in any way? Can you touch or do anything just to let me know that you can hear me and understand me? Is there, being that these are also ritual bracelets, I'm going to go with that for a little bit. Did you specifically, before they became what they became known as, did you use these bracelets yourself for ritual reasons or to signify rituals in your beliefs?
Oof.
So clarify for me, if the ones that are watching or Donna's on, when you say trade bracelets, the slaves traded the bracelets for things?
No, they were probably.
Or the bracelets used to identify selling and trading?
Yeah, Donna's saying the Africans would sell their own people into slavery, which is true. I've seen that many times. Patricia says she thinks they were used as currency.
Yeah, we heard that, but on what purpose were the slaves?
We're at the Creeper Gallery in New Hope, Pennsylvania. And I got to tell you what, I'm not sure how close I'm going to get to these because I have a headache and I'm feeling nauseous
No,
already.
there's a tenseness to these.
No,
There seems to be a wall of tension.
As you started talking to them, my stomach kind of turned on me a little bit. So I don't know how
But
close
I
I'm
want
going
to
to get.
but again, there might be a reason for that.
Yeah.
So let me get clarification again. I know that Africans have traded their own and sold them. I understand that. But the bracelets themselves being used as currency, who is using them as currency?
I don't think the bracelets were the currency. The slaves were the currency. The bracelets were put on the slaves.
They said that these bracelets were used for currency. It
I
says
don't,
on the
I don't
card.
think that's what they.
So that's my curiosity. Is there a more definition of what that means? Because that can be interpreted in so many ways.
Yeah, like Ron just said, probably didn't know who the owner is or was.
So again, I'm gonna try something really quick. I'm gonna turn on this little box over here. It said V. Is that the first letter of your name?
It's a weird one. I feel this,
V. It said V.
I know. I feel like someone's sticking their fingers on my ears.
All right. I'm gonna try to reach over for this. Okay.
Well, you can turn it off if you want to use the.
H. All right. What are you trying to tell me? It said HO. And I'm not going to take that too literal. All right. So this box, I'm going to turn on. And I'm going to ask you a question. And because John and I cannot hear you, you can actually speak and use this to try to get your thoughts across to us. Okay. So do you understand what I'm saying? Chief. No. Yeah, chief and sin. Are you talking about your tribe?
Should have plugged this.
Are you talking about a tribe? Unlock.
See that.
Is there material?
Should plug the speaker in.
Where's the speaker?
Attached to the Echo Box.
Give me a second here. I'm old. I'm not going to listen to that right now.
Right on the
It's a
top.
filter.
It's on the top.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Can you tell me if you understand what I'm asking you or talking to you about? Or that you can speak to us if you choose and tell us anything? Did you wear these bracelets yourself? No. No.
Wow.
Thank you for that. So I'm going to ask you another question when
Swim.
Did you use these bracelets to trade? Did you own these bracelets? I'm not trying to be disrespectful in any way. I'm just trying to find out the history and the why of these. That is all. Is this a female that's attached to these? What did you mean by swim? Was that important? Was that something you did? Was it something you had to do? Did you have any joy in your life?
So according to Google, this is Kathy says, European traders would exchange these metal bracelets, often made of brass, with African communities to purchase enslaved people. So they were used as currency to purchase slaves.
Thank you.
Again, Donna, if that's your information as well, could you please confirm that?
Yeah.
We want to make sure we're going along the right path here.
So,
Again, that they, yeah.
so these would mean they represent betrayal.
Yeah, but did the slaves wear them or not? So Donna says that's correct. But Donna, did the slaves actually wear them, or were they just currency to purchase?
So they purchased them. They used it to purchase. Instead of money, it was the brass bracelets.
I get that, but were the slaves made to wear them as well? That's what I'm confused about.
So, is this someone who technically sold somebody, betrayed them?
They were used to purchase the slaves. They weren't actually worn by slaves. Okay, got it. All right.
I asked if this was a purchaser, and it said no. It said no, rang the bell, and did the cap all on top.
I was also reading what they.
So if you weren't the purchaser, were you the purchasee? Were you the one being paid? Is that who was attached to these? The person who received the bracelets as payment? Again, I know it's hard to talk and like communicate. I understand that. But you can speak now. It's okay. You can say whatever you need to, do whatever you need to. You're
Sacro-res.
Sacro-res. What's that? SACRARES. What is that? SACRARES. Someone can.
I know they just said yes to that. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't even have my phone to look it up.
People.
People.
What does that mean?
People. Well, if we can find out what that one
My
was.
phone is over there.
Could someone up there look it up for me? Did they catch the
They're
spelling?
not sacrifice.
No, it's SACRARES. This is what you're trying to communicate to us, right? And with people.
To consecrate? I don't even know what that means.
Consecrating is it's not a good thing. If you're consecrating the grounds, if you're where's your phone at?
It's up on the chair.
Yeah, but you'd have to unlock it, wouldn't you? So you're talking about betrayal. Yes. You're talking about betrayal. And you were betrayed, and you were
again,
betrayed by your own people.
The egg on the left is yes.
That's what it's trying to tell us.
The egg on the right is no. I'm sitting all the way back there, so you really can't see. But yeah, every time you see the egg on the left, the blue one, that's the word yes.
So this is what I'm garnering. It's trying to tell us that the people betrayed them. Their own people betrayed them. And again, who did they choose to sell and trade? That's the crazy part. Who were family members who did this to you?
Is that word still there?
What?
That word.
Yeah.
C.
CACR.
CAC.
SACRARES.
I'm spelled it wrong because I'm not finding anything.
SACRARES. So do you hold a lot of anger and pain towards or guilt? Let's do it. Let's take a step back.
There's a couple of,
Is this someone who feels guilt and remorse for what they did? Because to betray,
consecrate prayer, literally by extension, to dedicate solemnly, to offer a sacrifice. Holy shit.
that's very on point.
Wow.
They sacrifice them. So they're saying that
To
people
offer a
sacrifice them.
sacrifice.
Yes. So maybe to protect themselves, okay, we're going to sell you these people. We'll take your bracelets and whatever, but you'll leave
Oh
us
my
alone.
God.
So they did. They betrayed.
Oh my
So
God.
what
The
this
fact
is-
that the obelisk said
This
that.
is what this is telling us, and this whoever is attached to this is saying that they. So did you sacrifice your own people? Is this who this is, or is this the person or people that were sacrificed? I need to calm down. Sorry, I'm getting a little agitated myself. Do you still want to talk to us? Could you light something up just to let us know you're still there now that we figured this out? It's okay. I would switch with John, but I don't think that that's really a good choice to do for either of you. Because usually when something represents something that happened that causes trauma or causes some kind of remembrance of something that's traumatic, it can trigger things. And I don't really think that we want to do that to you if this is someone who was enslaved. So I am going to ask the difficult question. Is this someone, was this someone who was sold or traded? Are you still attached to these bracelets?
Well, why don't you try EVP with it, with the
Okay.
bracelets? I'll show you how. The speaker down there is already turned on. You should see it glowing underneath the.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do is you're going to hit that microphone on the app here.
Oh, on the app.
Yeah, right here that I'm holding, and you're going to ask questions like you normally would.
So just ask it on the phone, normal.
Well, you got to hit the microphone first to start it.
Okay.
You're going to hit the microphone. It'll show you like a no, the microphone.
Oh. I hit the microphone.
The microphone
bottom.
hits that. Then it's like a tape recorder, and
Okay,
you just
so
hit
just hit
record.
play and then stop.
No, you hit record.
And then stop when I'm done.
2.
Okay. So this right here, we're going to ask questions, and I am going to ask a few questions.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then-
I think you're okay for now.
And then if they out there have respectful questions to ask, I'll have you ask, okay? When I'm
Yeah.
done. So we're just gonna ask you questions, and like I said, we can't hear you, but maybe this can pick up your voice, okay? So here we go. Session 1 with the slave bracelets. Could you tell us your name or names, please? Were you a trader? Were you one of the ones that were betrayed and sold? Were you one of the purchasers? So I'm gonna ask anyone that's attached to these bracelets. Can you tell me what emotion or how you feel right now? Are there any children attached?
I told her.
Is this a female we're talking to? Did you come from an island? Were you ever on a ship or a boat?
Not likely.
Is the person connected to those bracelets a person who traded? Do you feel any remorse, if you are, for what you did to your own people? If there is anyone here who was a person who was traded, you could say how you feel. We'll give you that opportunity.
Trapped. Have we met?
Trapped. Did you hear that?
It answered very directly and very specifically.
I mean, even with when I asked if they're a trader, again, it's hard for them to see because I'm so far away from the eggs, but that blue egg is the yes egg. And you just moved. And that yes egg lit up literally on command. So when you hit play, it should play on that big speaker right there.
Okay.
And it should be pretty loud.
I did have one more question I wanted to ask, but I guess we'll wait and do
Well,
it.
let's see what happens.
Session 1
Grab the speaker.
with the slave bracelets. Could you tell us your name or names, please?
That was right next to me. That noise, right next to me the whole time. It happens 3 times.
That was the yes and the bell.
Were you a trader?
Goes right by me.
Were you one of the ones that were betrayed and sold?
Let me have the phone in case I want to go back.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Were you one of the purchasers?
They're coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask anyone that's attached to these bracelets. Can you tell me what emotion or how you feel right now? Are there any children attached?
I told her.
That's what you asked about being on the boat too.
Yep. Not likely.
Is this the female we're talking to?
Right there.
That was I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
There's days. And I kept looking over like, where's that coming from?
Did you come from an island? Were you ever on a ship or a boat?
Not likely.
And a trader may not.
Is the person connected to those bracelets a person who traded?
Yes, I would know.
Somebody would have said something to them. Do you feel any remorse, if you are, for what you did to your own people? If there is anyone here who was a person who was traded, you could say how you feel. We'll give you that opportunity.
Trapped.
Trapped. Yeah, that was something.
Have we met?
So real quick to whoever's here with us, the one thing I wanted to ask, you know, like, and again, it just kind of like, did you trade because you felt that was the only way for you to stay safe or protect your own? Is that why you did what you did?
Nah, anyway.
That's not for us to answer.
Okay.
That's for them to answer. So I'm going to ask again.
bedroom,
What did it say?
I don't know.
So I'm going to ask again. The individual that traded their own was because you felt you had to, that it was, you felt that it was, there was no other choice and that this was the way to protect you and yours? Or,
pathetic,
yeah, it was. Or did you do it just because you're the type of person that it was a gain for you? That it didn't matter? I mean, the fact that we got pathetic kind of like says
I think
it all
that
up.
pathetic is someone basically saying to you, it's pathetic that you would even say that or insinuate that, to be honest with you.
That they did it to protect themselves?
Yeah.
Well, that's your
You
interpretation.
don't
but
trade
again,
your own people.
But believe it or not, history through time, people do things because it's a way to avoid it happening to them. A lot of people betray people because of that.
moron,
Okay? You're calling me. I might be saying it to you.
Mhm. I have my own
So,
opinion on
I
that.
kind of like want to wrap this one up and move to the next one.
Well,
because
I want to try two things
you
really
do,
quick
huh?
because
it's getting heavier and heavier over here.
we didn't have a chance to really do.
What?
I'm going to try just a quick spirit box EVP session, not the S day, just an EVP to see if we get any words through
Okay.
and see what that yields. It might be nothing.
All right, then I'm gonna let you do that one. Because like I said, and you do need to be exposed to this in a shorter time frame if you're already being affected. Because the air is heavier over here.
It's heavier back. It's heavier back there, to be honest
But
with
it's
you.
also hard to move, man.
Okay. I'm gonna turn this off. Time machine works on myself.
That, yeah, and you're gonna have to turn that flashlight the other way.
I will. We'll try something else again. Just an opportunity to hear someone's voice,
Yeah.
anyone's voice who may be able to communicate with us. Again, I'm just going to use this box. I'm going to ask questions, and if you can, where's my phone? Just try to answer them out loud, whoever you are, whatever story you have to tell, whatever you want to. Again, whatever you want to say, we're okay with. So I'm turning on the spirit box. I'm sweeping. I'm going to put this on record.
Did you have a lot of cold air blowing through over here?
So it's over here now.
So you felt the cold air here?
Well, if there's anybody here, could you please say your name? We're trying to figure out who might be connected to these bracelets.
Your flashlight's being turned on and off.
Are there any people here that were part of the purchase, the transaction that these bracelets were used for? Were you what was purchased with them? Again, are there any slaves still around these bracelets here with us that would like to talk? What about a
I'm
person?
inside it.
I'm inside it.
What about the people who traded them, who actually used them as currency? Or any of you here? And I'm not hearing anything at all. I'm not hearing anything at all. Oh, boy.
Your flashlight turned on and off a few times and
This one?
dimmed. Yep.
You got the folder in here?
Well, if there's anybody here, please say your name. I didn't hear a single voice come through, except for we're trying to figure who might be connected to these bracelets.
There was a, it sounded like,
Are there any people here that were part of the purchase, the transaction that these bracelets were used for? Were you what was purchased with them? I don't think I got one voice. I didn't hear anything coming through. Again, are there any still around these bracelets here with us that would like to talk? That's what I said on the side, right?
yeah.
What about a
I'm
person?
inside it.
All right. I'll try one more thing, and then we'll be done with this. So we'll move on to the next
Justin
one.
just said that baby just moved.
Which one?
The one you're going to be doing next.
That one there?
Yep.
All right, maybe we'll just move on from this thing. You know what's weird about this whole thing is when you do these investigations and you're trying to
Teresa.
Teresa.
that's weird. They said they were inside and then they said their name was Teresa. That's weird. You can do these investigations and you try to use all these different methods to communicate with them. And it's weird what comes through and what doesn't come through. If you know, not voices on the recorder, but the Ovilus said again that word. I don't know how to pronounce it. That was really, really on point. I mean, again, sacrifice. I mean,
Sacra, was it?
Yeah, but that was really, really on point. And then trapped. And then when we talked about the traders, we got the yes. So there was a lot of strange interaction there that is just, I don't know.
So the overall impression is that person or persons who had it were those who sold or traded their own.
But again, the medium's impression was that the ones who worn, well, that were traded.
Can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear him? Yeah.
The ones, the medium was saying that their energy is connected to these because they were bought and sold.
Which would bring trauma.
I know, but it's hard to pinpoint that with what we're doing either way. Like the messages we're getting, someone said you were trapped.
Yeah.
You know, so that could lean towards one, and the other sacrifice. That word could relate to someone who was sold, being connected to it, and then the trader
my
part
own
of it,
people. Yeah,
that came
it
through
might
as
be a
well.
full circle thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. If
Like all of the components are part
it's
of it.
like channeling in
All
that
of it.
whole thing when you really start interacting with them? Are you
Because
channeling in the whole?
I do
whole thing?
believe that the people that were betrayed are part of this and tied to it. I believe the traitors are tied to it, and those who betrayed and traded are part of it. I do think this is a full, whole, complete piece of the puzzle when it comes to what is attached to these bracelets.
I was feeling a really, really bad headache over there and pressure in my head, and my throat was actually burning a little bit. Are you intimidated by me? Because you have nothing to fear when it comes to me at all. I mean, I believe in, like she said, equality for everyone, no matter where you're from or what your race is or religious beliefs. I believe in equality and freedom for everyone.
Joseph, are you giving us names that are involved in this?
Joseph, that's weird.
Give us Teresa.
I think we're going to stop with this one, and
I would like to
move on to the doll. We all know how I love the creepy doll.
Well, they've all claimed, a few people have claimed that they've seen, that they had no idea that this is the doll that you're going to be investigating tonight, but they've all claimed they've seen, there are a few of them have claimed they've seen it move already while we were investigating the bracelets.
Okay, so again, if there are people connected to this that have suffered through being traded and forced into slavery, then
well, they claim that these were also treasured by the people who traded them and were passed down through generations because of it. It was like,
well, we do pray your peace if you were traded and somehow your energy is around and connected to these. Yeah. Yeah,
those were a tough one.
they're heavy.
Yeah, they are. And they have a heaviness to them.
I knew it as soon as you took them out, which is another reason I didn't want to.
No, but everything needs to have a voice.
No, I know.
And even if it makes us
I was
uncomfortable.
sitting over there and I started feeling it, and I'm like, oh boy, this is not reacting well to me, and I'm all the way over here, so I
Yeah.
don't know how close I'm going to get. Okay, here she is. You said she's real heavy, huh?
For me, she was
Is
heavy.
she going to sit?
Yeah, she should be able to sit. I'm gonna bring the light over there. So John's creating static right now and doing stuff, so it's kind of making things go off. So bear with us for a minute, guys.
She's going to sit, right? She's not going to go.
She should sit.
You can sit.
John
Look.
likes to poke at me.
Toys. Hey, John's a nice guy. John's going to give you some toys to play with.
Hello, everybody. We didn't get to say. So this is the beauty that John is going to be investigating right now. Let me see, get a close up on her so you guys can see her. It's a good size doll. Little crocheted booties are so cute. Okay. You need this?
No, I don't want the
Okay.
heavy bright one. Alrighty. Everyone knows I love the creepy dolls, so let's see what we got here. Oh, this may be more your speed. Oh yeah, this might be your speed. This is a
No, you go right ahead.
no. This is a.
I did
This
those.
is a good one. American screen actress Anne Whitfield played Susan in White
Disgusting.
Christmas.
Disgusting.
What did I say?
It's
Disgusting.
disgusting.
Wow. American actress Anne Whitfield played Susan in White Christmas in 1954. She began showbiz in 1949. She was born August 27, 1938, Mississippi, moved to California in 1950. February 15th. Oh, she died 2024, this year, February. Well, that's, yeah.
How old was she?
38 to 24.
Wow.
She had 3 kids, 7 grandchildren. This is her doll, who was named Fanny. Claims her doll will touch people and giggle in a very low voice.
She was in her 80s.
So I don't know if I can do this one.
Yes, you can.
No.
Give it a shot.
That's around the time my sister passed, so I don't know if I can do this one.
Okay.
Hi, Susan. My name is Chris. This is John. And I am going to tell you right off the bat, White Christmas is one of my favorite Christmas movies. Watched it all the time with my daughters, and my 2 daughters was actually act out one of the scenes every year that was done in that movie. I'm not going to tell you what it was because it either comes out during the investigation or it doesn't, okay? Sound good? One, I know you just recently passed. It hasn't been too long. So I'm just going to get to know you. I mean, I know you from the movie, and that's it. We demonstrated before while you were sitting here how all of this works. Do you have the ability or the energy to touch something just to let us know that you're here and that you can hear us? Anything at all. Just lightly touch it, tap on it, it lights up, it doesn't hurt you. Even the purple lights that are right up by you, if you reached out and touched them, they would change different colors. Down below you is a yes blue egg that if you tapped it, it would just light up to let us know when if you wanted to answer a question, yes. And on this side, there's a pink egg that says no if you wanted to tap it. And then, of course, there's the bell. That little dome that just lit up all kinds of colors. It can't hurt you. It's just static. If you reach down and you touch it, it will light up. And this right here, if you just touch these little wires, they don't hurt you. They just make noise and lights up pretty. So this is what we're working with. This is where we're just trying to get to know you, talk to you. Did you enjoy showbiz? I mean, you were in show business in a time where, from my perspective, was an exciting time with movies and the things that were done. There were so many movies, so many musicals. I love musicals. I love the singing and dancing movies. Was that something that you enjoyed doing? Is there any way you can let us know that you're here, Susan? They say here that you like to touch people and giggle in a low voice. Did that just light up? So that's what you like to giggle? Are you a happy person? Is that why? Or you just like laughter? You like jokes? I mean, this doll looks happy. She's got that cute little smile with the dimples on her face. Is that why you love this doll so much? You started in showbiz when you were 11 years old? You were 11 years old when you started show business. That must have been tough. No? You enjoyed it, huh? She said no, it wasn't
Yeah, I
tough.
know. That's a no. Wasn't tough.
So I'm going to wait for that to stop. So was this something that you loved doing, Susan? Did you have any family members that went into show business? Did any of your children or grandkids go into show business because of you? Did you talk them out of it? Is that something you weren't so a lot of people that are in show business don't want their kids in it. Did you feel that way? I do. I think she's a more, the energy is so completely different from what it was. It's so much lighter. But I think this is going to be one that's going to pick and choose when she decides that she wants to speak or do what she's doing. Do you know what I mean? So again, Susan, just for clarification and trying to see if you're here and you're communicating, can you light up or touch anything that is on that table right there with your doll? Oh, I'm calling you Susan.
What do you want?
Well, of course you're not going to answer me when your name is Anne and I'm calling you Susan, which you played in. And yes, I'm sorry, you played Susan in White Christmas, but your name is Anne. So I wouldn't respond to me either if I'm calling you by the wrong name. And I'm so sorry, I'm calling you by your character. So Anne, let's try this again. Did you enjoy being an actress? Was that fun for you? Can you understand me and hear me and able to respond? If so, could you light something up for me? Anything of your choosing. I'm actually going to try the it's quiet right this minute. I do want to try to do a quick EVP session. Are you going to try to do anything at all, or you're just not able to?
I'll try. I just need a minute. When I read that date, it
It
just,
hit you.
yeah, it hit me like
I
a ton of bricks. And
understand
then I couldn't even, I had to, it just,
So I'm going to ask you a few questions on here. And guys, I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time. I'm going to ask a few questions. And when I'm done asking what I want to ask, if you guys have some really good questions, I'll have John ask them of Anne and we'll go from there. Okay. All right, Anne. So I'm just going to hit this. And what I'm going to do is like what you heard before. We're going to ask you questions. We can't hear you, so we're going to use this to try to pick up your voice if you're answering us back, okay? So we're going to start right now. First recording with Anne and her doll. Could you please tell me the name of your doll? Could you give us the name of
Amy.
one of your bigger movies that we would know? So I referred to earlier a scene that my two daughters would perform every year. Could you tell me what that would be? Anne, how many children did you have? Could you please tell me their names? Are you okay with us asking you these questions and talking to us?
No.
from what I'm reading here, um, It said that you suffered an unexpected accident while you were on a in your neighborhood. How exactly did you pass? What did you pass from? What happened to you? Did you fall? Did you have like an aneurysm or something?
Thank you, Ann.
Is that speaker still on?
Nobody knows.
Oh, nobody knows. Switch is
so
right
why
on the
is it
front. There's just one switch right there.
Where?
It's a little flick switch. It's real tiny. Just let it connect. There you go.
First recording with Anne and her doll. Could you please tell me the name of your doll?
Idiot.
Just because I kept calling her Susan when it was Ann.
Could you give us the name of one of your bigger movies that we would know?
I heard that.
So I referred to earlier a scene that my two daughters would perform every year. Could you tell me what that would be?
Would you call that a giggle? I don't know if I would.
Are you a friend?
What did it say?
Are you a friend? I don't know if that was a giggle or not. It says she
Yeah.
giggles.
It sounded like it.
How many children did you have?
And she would giggle if she knew what I was talking about. And it looked like that damn doll just moved.
Could you please tell me their names?
It's a vehicle.
Are you okay with us asking you these questions and talking to us?
No.
Breathing into it.
Is that a word?
It was breathing.
Timestamp.
From
That's
what
what
I'm
we're
reading here,
How do
it
you
said
feel?
that you suffered an
How do you
unexpected
feel?
accident
That's
while
like
you were on
twice.
a walking in your neighborhood. How exactly did you pass? What did you pass from? What happened to you? Did you fall? Did you have like an aneurysm or something?
No.
No.
Thank you, Anne.
I'm gonna just go back to that really, really quick to
With
that.
the giggles? Okay, so I'm
fine.
gonna tell you something behind that with the giggles. In A White
I'm
Christmas,
eternal.
what is it?
I'm eternal.
In White Christmas, the two of them performed this act called Sisters, and it's hysterical. They did it with feathers, and then the two male actors in the movie got up there and they did their rendition of it too. But my daughters would actually come out and they every Christmas would do that performance of nothing becomes between me and my sister, you know, and no one comes, no sister comes between me and my man. And they were hysterical. So that might be where the giggling and stuff came from, because she knows what I'm talking about.
First recording with Ian and her doll. With Ian,
I don't know where it would be.
could you give us the name of one of your bigger movies that we would know?
I don't remember where it was and
It's after that.
how far.
Not too far. Oh,
Right there.
there's giggling.
Right there.
There's giggling. It's like a woman.
Hear it?
Yeah. It's almost like she's doing a part. Singing?
Yeah, it's like,
So,
woo!
that might have been her acting out one of her parts.
So I referred to earlier a scene that my two daughters would perform every year.
Okay. And then there's the breathy one that was out like 2 minutes. It was right before I asked the question.
Can you cut these? Keep these?
Are you okay with us asking you these questions and talking to us?
No.
It's right here. Right there.
From what I'm reading here,
Are you okay with us asking you these questions and talking to us?
No, and then there's a scratchy couple of words.
No.
Yeah, right there.
Oh. Hold on.
Are you okay with us asking you these questions and talking to us?
No. Not all of us.
It sounds like
Are you okay with us asking you these questions and talking to us?
she says, if you can hear me.
No.
You hear it? It says,
Okay with us asking you these questions and talking to us?
if you can hear me.
No.
Right here. Can hear me. Right there is really clear.
Are you okay with us asking you these questions
If
and
you
talking to us?
but can hear me is really clear after the no.
No.
It's a wet, breathy. Can hear me.
Wow. She also said nobody knows after
from
you
what
asked
I'm
her about
reading
dying.
here, it said that you suffered an unexpected accident while you were on a walking in your neighborhood. How exactly did you pass? What did you pass from? What happened to you?
That was a giggle for
And
sure.
like she was doing
And
singing her
singing.
part.
A
Like she
giggle
was
and
doing a part.
Yeah, and then I'm telling you, that said if you, and then can hear me. It's a really breathy, can hear me, but I definitely heard that.
That was pretty cool.
I definitely heard that.
Do you want to try to do
I'm going to try the Echovox EVP session.
okay. Let me get
And,
up out of your
um,
way.
just to see what that does. But that was, see, now it just felt like someone just
Touched
brushed
you?
my hair.
Maybe she did. There you go. Out of your way.
Let's try the Alvelus too for a second.
I'm gonna move this chair up a little bit closer.
What's her name again?
Anne.
Anne.
I was calling her Susan, and that's her role, and I knew that.
Hello, Anne. My name is John. It's very nice to meet you. I didn't see the movie. I know nothing about.
It's too bad because it's a great one. But John doesn't like sing-along movies.
Yeah, I know nothing. I'm not like
Musicals.
so much,
I love
so
musicals.
I apologize for that. But I'm happy to meet you. I did hear what sounded like you giggle, and I did hear you sing something.
And she had that type of a voice. I'm gonna play her voice for you when we leave here.
So I'm going to turn this box on right here. A little strange. Again, you just passed recently, so you should be familiar with computers and electronics and things like that. This box here, people believe that spirits can say one word at a time for things that they want to convey, things they want us to know. So I'm going to hit this button right here. And if you speak out loud, one word at a time, maybe you could tell us some things about you.
Not.
Not that one, this one.
Healer.
Healer. It's kind of strange. Anything else? Something about your life. Something about what happened to you on that walk. Your life as an actress, whatever you want to share. Family. I know you had children. Anything else you could share with us? She did have children, right?
Did you like?
Sure.
Rapture. That's weird.
She had 3 children,
3
7
kids, 7
grandchildren.
grandchildren.
Yeah.
Wow, big
She had a
family.
big family.
Points.
All right. It's the first time I'm doing this. Echovox is different. Echovox is phonics, not words. And when you plug it in, you're going to see what I mean in a second. I think I got it in. I can't see. So you hear just phonics, sounds. No real words there. It's databases of sounds. Yes. That in theory spirits can make words into words. So I'm going to do this like I would a regular EVP session. And I'm going to listen back to see if I can hear any clear words that I'm missing live. So I'm hitting record. What's her name again?
Anne.
And if you're here, could you please say your name? Could you please say Anne? My name is John. This is Chris. Could you say our names?
Where did you go walking on your 85th birthday?
How many children did you have? How many grandchildren did you have? What was the name of that movie that everyone references? It was White. What? What is the name, what is the name of this doll here? Are you still with your doll? Was this your favorite?
How do you feel?
Yes, I would love to hear your name loud and clear on this box here. Could you please say your first name really loud so we can hear it? What was the name of the character you played in White Christmas? I thought I just heard Susie. So again, not a lot of stuff is clear why we're doing it, but we'll listen back and we'll see if anything sounds clear on the speaker. Oh, there it is.
What's her name again?
Ian.
And if you're here, could you please say your name? Could you please say Anne? My name is John. This is Chris. Could you say our names?
See, I thought I heard Chris, and then you
Where did you
talked.
go walking on your 85th birthday?
Said out,
Sit out.
but I don't know what out where. Out. It sounds
How
like
many
out.
children did you
It
have?
sound like out for food. Did you hear that?
Where did you go walking on your 85th birthday?
Out, out. For food.
How many,
That's
how
what I
many
heard.
children did you have? How many grandchildren did you have?
Said 3.
See, the 3 came on after I asked how many children, then grandchildren. The three was late.
How many grandchildren did you
3,
have?
hear it?
3.
That's before, and 3 again.
Yep.
See,
Yep.
3 again.
What was the name of that movie that everyone references? It was White, what? What is the name, what is the name of this doll here? Are you still with your doll?
Yes.
Was this your favorite?
How do you feel?
Yes. I would love to hear your name loud and clear on this box here. Could you please say your first name really loud so we can hear it?
See, I thought that was Ann right there.
So we can hear it? What was the name of the character you played in White Christmas?
Susie.
Susie.
Right
Oh
at the end.
my
I told
gosh,
you.
that was
I told you I heard
clear.
it. Did I pass it? Where's it? I got it back.
That was clear.
Yeah,
What's her name again?
right at the very end.
Yeah. And character you played in White Christmas.
Listen. Right there. It's right at the very, very
What
end.
was the name of the character you played in White Christmas?
Susie, so before you stop it, go back to the question that you did, we asked about her 85th birthday, because they think that she said Alps and not out, because she actually went hiking in the Alps on her 85th
Oh, get out
birthday.
of here, really?
Yeah.
I
Could
don't
you
know
say
why.
our names?
I say the question.
How many children did you have? How many grandchildren did you have? What was the name of that movie that everyone references?
Is it for the back?
No, keep going. It's coming.
What is the name? What is the name of this doll here?
You sure?
Yes. I asked the question.
I thought maybe in the beginning when I said Chris.
Maybe. Because that was the first question I
Are
asked.
you still with your doll?
Yeah, it's coming back here when I said your name.
My name is John.
I think it
This
says
is
Chris.
Chris.
And I heard it say Chris.
Could you
and
say
then
our
said
names?
something. Right there. And I said,
Where did you go walking on your 85th birthday?
out.
See, it's out, guys. It's not
You
Alps.
think it's Alps?
They think it's Alps. On your 85th birthday.
Maybe.
Alps. Could be. Alps.
Like Alps? Like Swiss Alps?
85th birthday. Alps. It
Is
could
that where
be.
she was?
Yeah, she was in the Alps.
Is that right?
Yeah. Where did you go walking on your 85th birthday? Okay. She concurs. Hi, Nikki.
Let's try just a regular EVP session and see what we get. I want to put it closer to the doll, though. I think for the mic on this isn't the mic on a recorder.
Right.
So I want to, although we did get a voice before, I want to put it right up there. So
With her.
yeah, I'm going to just hit this. Turn this up as loud as I can. I'm recording. Putting it right up there. No disrespect to you. So, Anne, we asked the question, where were you walking on the day that you passed? What was your response? Could you tell us what the name of that classic movie is that you were in? We heard you laugh and giggle and sing before. Could you do that again for us, please? I know the holidays are coming up in a few weeks. Are you still going to be around your children and your grandchildren for the holidays?
No.
I'm not sure how it works in the afterlife. Is that because you can't?
Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear it. Is there some reason you can't be with your family during the holidays when you transition after you pass? Could you give me the names of one of your children, maybe the oldest? What's your oldest child's name? Do you know what it is that you passed from? Do you have any idea what happened to you?
Can you give me a name of one of the male lead roles in White Christmas?
Okay. Stop. Done. And then go right to the
They're asking you to do the Estes method.
you're gonna, okay, you can if you want to.
Recording. Putting that right up there. No disrespect to you. So Anne, we asked the question,
Oh,
where
John,
were you
look on her.
walking
Look on her.
on the day that you passed? What was your response?
Get rid of that. Guys, see that? It's right on her lap.
Could you tell us what the name of that classic movie is that you were in?
I'm gonna talk to you outside or upstairs, either one. I'm just trying to listen for whatever's close to the mic.
We heard you laugh and giggle and sing before. Could you do that again for us, please? I know the holidays are coming up in a few weeks.
This is weird.
Are you still going to be around your children and your grandchildren for the holidays?
No.
There was like no hesitation there.
Mm-mm.
I'm not sure how it works in the afterlife. Is that because you can't?
Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear it. Is there some reason you can't be with your family during the holidays when you transition after you pass? Could you give me the names of one of your children, maybe the oldest? What's your oldest child's name?
Either one of talkers.
Do you know what it is that you passed from? Do you have any idea what happened to you?
Can you give me a name of one of the male lead roles in White Christmas? can you give me a name of one of the male lead roles in White Christmas?
Something, but I can't make it out.
Everything's scratchy. Since we don't have our regular recorder. I could do Estee with the Spirit Box, or I could do it with the Echo Box, or you could do
Spirit.
it with the Echo Box. Or,
Well, which one works better?
hardly get anything in the Spirit Box in this place. I mean, you could try it, either one.
So let's, if we can't get it from the Spirit Box, you don't think it'll work, or you don't think we'll get connection? I mean, we can hear it and see, and if not, we'll go to Echo Box.
I'll do Spirit Box. You want to try it?
Yeah.
All right.
And if I get nothing, we'll just stop it and go to Echo Box. So, Anne, the theory is that you can use the white noise off of this to speak. As you can tell, John and I cannot hear you. So we're using these things to try to help us to hear you. So I'm going to sit there blindfolded with the thing to my ear, Anne, and then you can just talk to us, okay? And John will ask the questions.
How do you feel?
It's like the fourth time she asked that.
I know.
Trapped.
Why are you concerned at how we're feeling? Did you sense something we don't know?
The word trapped again, too. I wonder if that relates to the other, which is right next to me still.
How you doing? That's exactly what it said.
All right, Ann. So her name is Chris. My name is John. She could hear you if you talk through that radio, believe it or not. Yeah. Chris is a very nice person. As you could, yeah, there you go. Could you please talk to her? Say some things to her that she can convey to the rest of us? Anything you want to share about you and your life, children, grandchildren, your career?
Back off.
About as far back as I'm going to go.
Music.
Okay. I know you were in a musical. I apologize for not knowing that movie. I don't watch musicals at all, but I hear it was very popular and a classic. People still know that movie. How did your children feel?
It's me.
Okay, well, that's good. What could you tell us about what happened during that walk?
And that was a female that said it's me.
Okay. What could you tell us about that walk on that night in February? Yeah, I see the lights. What could you tell us? What happened? That seems to be a mystery.
Listen.
I am. Tell me something that could help us. You went for a walk, and yeah, I see the lights. You went for a walk, and what happened? There are people that want to know. Did you trip? Okay. Did you fall? Did you hit your head?
From something.
Okay. I mean, did you slip on something? I mean, it was February and you were in the Alps supposedly, so maybe there was ice on the ground. I'm assuming you were alone when this happened, if nobody knows what happened to you. Why would you be by yourself walking in the Alps?
And laughing.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to hear that you're still happy. I mean, that's Nice to know that you're still singing and enjoying things, even in the next life. I was mentioning being able to visit your family on the holidays. Can you do that? Can you be with them?
Music again.
Huh. What was your favorite role? Was that your favorite movie that you did? White Christmas? What was the name of the character you played again?
Are you a friend?
Sure. We're
A female singing. It's almost like a rehearsal's happening.
that's weird. She died in our neighborhood. See, who said anything about the Alps then? Why did somebody mention that? So it says you were with somebody named Joe and you were in your neighborhood.
And a man just said something to her. It's
Okay.
bizarre.
I wonder if that's Joe. Her neighbor gave her medicine, attention, so she was able to say goodbye to her family. Wow. I mean, I wonder what happened to her. She was an older woman. I mean, it could have been a number of things. Nice to know she's still happy, though. Who is it that you're with now, Susan? Who's the man that's with you?
There's laughing music and like it's just a feeling of joy. Like it's almost like a time capsule of something that's happening.
Oh, that's good to know. Wow. Sounds like yeah, there you go. Sounds like a good time in the afterlife. That gives me,
Validation.
yeah,
That was a woman.
yeah, that gives me hope. So you're happy. That's all that matters. Right? Are any of your other family members with you for this party and any friends that have joined you that you knew throughout your life? Are they with you now?
More music.
Wow, that's all she's hearing is music. That's bizarre. It's funny. There's a song about heaven.
Again, it's just an over sense of joy and just happiness. Just like
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this moment.
That's funny. There's a song about the sky being a neighborhood.
I wrote it down, said a man.
Yeah. There's a song about the sky being a neighborhood, about all these singers and actors and everything that have passed that are all up there performing together and making music and doing all the things they did in life. Well, what if that were true? Could you give me the name of anybody who's with you? Yeah, they're saying,
More music.
man, she was happy. She's definitely living it up. It's the first time we've ever heard something like that about someone who's passed. That is kind of, the afterlife is still happy and a party. Could you imagine? Well, it's great to hear that you're happy. And
Thousands.
I'm very happy to hear that you're happy and that you're having a good time. Everybody thinks of passing as being depressing and sad, and because we don't know what happens next, but it sounds to me like you're giving us a glimpse into something much different. Anything you want to say before we stop here? To anyone, your fans, your family, people watching, People have questions for the holidays about the movie. Anything you want to say that you want to end with? I think we're tapping into whatever her
Hello?
her heaven is.
That was the woman.
Which is still kind of cool. All right, any last words to say to Chris there? Okay, I hear the bell. Oh. What's that about?
Let's go ahead.
I asked if there's any
You
last words.
shouldn't be here.
Oh. I asked if there's any last words she wanted to say to you. And then you got touched and she said you shouldn't be here. I think we're tapping into whatever her version of heaven is.
It,
And that's a little weird to her.
it honestly, you hear music, you hear giggling, you hear a man like talking to her, like they're rehearsing. They're like, and you feel the happy, the joy, the
Well,
and you
isn't it
hear
what Jason
giggling.
Hawes was saying last night, that time slip, where we're actually existing in her time right now? And we've kind of tapped into that stream of
I
her
feel
life.
nothing but joy and happy, and like I'm getting that feeling where I just want to go watch White Christmas now. I mean, I've got that it's a joy.
But
It's
that's
like,
what Jason was saying last night, like how they're existing in their life, yet it's not their timeline, so to speak. But yet
you're getting pulled
here
into
we
it.
are getting a glimpse into it with
She's
her laughing and her
She's
singing
happy.
and
She's
the
singing.
music.
There's music, and I don't mean radio music. I mean music,
Like big band?
like
Well, they said the Alps was
piano.
completely separate. The Alps isn't where she died. The Alps
No,
was
it's
a
where she
trip she
walked.
took. Right.
Yeah.
She
But-
actually passed in her neighborhood and
Yeah.
somebody was giving her medical attention to ease
Better.
her suffering or whatever. But this sounds more like, again, what Jason Hawes was talking about. It's parallel. It's like we've tapped into whatever her
telling you.
version of heaven is
She's
and that
happy. She's
or that time in
rehearsing,
her life.
She's talking with someone.
Yeah,
Please
maybe.
listen.
Okay,
We're
go ahead.
listening,
We're sorry.
and the gentleman is talking back to her, and it's almost like this. It's almost like you can see the things going back and forth, and she's giggling, and she's like, you get that feeling that they're rehearsing for this, whatever they're doing. I don't know what they're doing or what they're rehearsing, but you feel that, and it comes across, and there's music being played. You can hear a piano, you can hear that comes through, and then you hear like her soft giggle and little things. And then she said validation. What was that towards?
I don't know. Let me, Gerald, let me tell you two things again before we stop here that are really interesting. There are those believe, and Jason Hawes mentioned it last night, that Luann said her father was a band leader for a college. Okay. Jason Hawes mentioned something about like time slip, where actually we're existing with them, only they're existing
On their plane.
and when they were alive in their lives, and here we are parallel, but only we're sharing time together. It's a bizarre thing. And then there's the other theory that Grant Wilson once said to me, and this would kind of make sense to someone who passed as recently as February. According to Grant's theory was you went through a life review, and then after that, you kind of went to your version of heaven, whatever that is to you. And that's to get used to, and that's to get used.
Not likely.
Not, okay, I could be wrong about that too, but that's what Grant said. It's to get you used to past being gone and then showing you what the afterlife really is. That's Grant's theory, but she just said not likely. So maybe heaven is paradise where you're with all your friends and you're still partying and laughing and having a great time, which for me, that's a win-win.
I have to tell you, I think the most bizarre thing, it wasn't just the hearing, it was the feeling, that overwhelming feeling of joy
happiness. I'm in my happy place. I am getting everything out of this right now. This makes me beyond happy and I'm enjoying it. And it's like, it's catching. You know, like when you're around somebody and they're bubbly and they're just like, and it catches and you just feel it and you want to be a part of it. That's kind of how she made me feel.
But that's what I'm saying. Did we tap into
I think
heaven
so.
where
Well,
she is, or did we tap
I think
into
we tapped into her
a
reality.
a time and a place where she was happiest and she's still
Well, I
living
gotta tell you, I
that
wanna go
life
home.
in a parallel time?
I'm not kidding. I want to go home and watch White Christmas. I know you won't watch it, but I'm gonna go watch it because I got the bug now.
Why I can't, you destiny is why they're still having not climbed those stairs. No, I think it's all fascinating in a good way, in that it there's so many more questions than answers, but there's also hope in that.
Yeah.
Here again, we tapped into a frequency in which this person is still very happy, enjoying themselves with whoever they're with music and laughing. And how great is that? We'd all sign up for that right now if it meant
Beyond cool.
that's what the afterlife is. So it does
And
give
if
us
that's
hope.
where she is, God love you. I hope I go there too, because that feels like a really, really great place to be.
So yeah, it was a strange night, but I think it was a good night overall. We appreciate you guys tuning in and watching the interview last night and watching this live tonight. We're going to next be at the Hoover. So we'll be there with Cody and Satori. We'll be going live from the Hoover probably all weekend, sharing the festivities with you guys on Friday and Saturday for sure. And then we'll probably, do a wrap up next week about that. And next week is also the event here, Friday the 13th.
Yep.
So we'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for joining us. When we see you next, we will be part of the Hoover House Jubilation in Gettysburg. And yeah, have a good night, everyone. We'll see you guys real soon.
Stay safe, stay healthy, and please remember to be kind. Good night, everybody.